Shalom. First and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, Ba'Shem Rachakadash. All right, who the world ignorantly calls God, his name is Yahweh, meaning He is. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, which means He is the deliverer, or He is the Savior. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Well, first off, I give double honors to my apostles and elders who actually taught us this truth. All right, who've been diligent and been keeping strong, man. You know, in His faith. And teaching us all, man. All of us are dead, sleep Israelites. All right. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and teaching and edifying with truth and sincerity, man. All right. You know, peace and salutations to those brothers. It's your brother Dawadad here. Abba Ratazah, meaning Father's will. Abba meaning Father. Ratazah meaning will. I'm here to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. All right. Who the world ignorantly calls God, his name is Yahweh, meaning He is. All right. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushua, meaning He's the Savior. All right. So peace and salutation to all you brothers out there. And if you're watching this now, you're a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino. You primarily make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So without further ado, let's get started on the beginning. All right. The beginning. This is one thing that none of your Christian pastors or Catholic priests, they can't break this down, man. All right. I've been in this truth, not long, but long enough where I should know the beginnings, man. And I didn't know how to break it down. I thought I did, and I was just schooled by the elder Tazayawam, and he's been teaching me the correct breakdown of the first chapter, But it's not like I was going out there and teaching it and not knowing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I haven't gotten to yet. So the spirit was on Elder Tazayawam to set up these classes and teach me. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to teach you what I've been learning. Because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. That's the word. That's the commandment. Yahweh Shai said, if you love me, feed my flock. So without further ado, let's break into the beginning, man. All right? This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. It says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now, the average, anybody reading that will say, oh, see, God created the heaven and the earth, and just leave it there. But when you go on to read the rest of the chapter, it doesn't, when you make that statement, there's no evidence to prove that in the chapter. It actually sounds contradicting, right? Because he said in the beginning he made the heaven and the earth, right? So, one, we got to learn the meaning of words, right? If you read, 2 Timothy 2 and 15, the scriptures tell you, study to show thyself approved. How do we study? We got to learn the meaning of words, all right? We have to read, and that's how you study, all right? So let's, we got the Blue Letter Bible here opened up. Right, so let's click on the sentence on the first verse, right? In the beginning, God. So we're going to prove that it's not the Most High Himself that made the heaven and the earth. All right, that God is talking about a plural, right? Plural gods. You know what I'm saying? Not the Most High God, but other gods, right? And not other gods pertaining to the comparison of the Most High and these other powers. It's talking about who you call Jesus Christ and the angels, the elect. Now the word here in Hebrew is Alahayim.
Entry 1, Eloach. Eloach.
Right.
Second entry, Elohim. Elohim. And the third entry, Eloach. Eloach.
Now there's no E in the Hebrew, right? So we know that Elohim is wrong. How do you say power? It's Allah. That's how you say power. All right. And when you make it plural, you will put a yam at the end of it. It makes it plural. Alahayim. Alahayim. You know what I'm saying? Yum makes it plural. That's why it's kind of spelled incorrectly there. Well, it is spelled incorrectly there. They're using the Syrian Hebrew. All right, that's a false Hebrew language. All right, the Lashon Kodash, meaning the pure tongue or the holy language or the pure language. That's the Paleo Hebrew. That's what we use. That's what you're supposed to use. That's the original tongue. So it's Alahayim. All right. 1 second. What's up? What's up?
I
What you want?
not to do this.
Oh, all right. Go back in your room. All right. Go use the Xbox, and I'll be with you a little bit. All right. All right. So Alahayim is the powers, right? Allah, power. When you put yum at the end of it, it makes it plural. Alahayim. All right. Oh, actually, look, that's a spirit. When you click on it, the word Alahayim, right? God, where it says God, you go back and click on it. It says plural right there. See? So let's go back, click on God, right? Or click on the first verse. You click on that, and you go to interlinear. That's the breakdown of the words. So I scroll down, I see God right there. Now it's Alahayim, right? I click on that. Boom. Once I click on that, it says plural. So it's not talking about one. It's not talking about the Most High. It says plural, right? Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods, showing you that we are all gods. The men of Israel, we're gods, right? Plural, rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. It's talking about many different beings. It's not talking about the Most High. So if an average nigga or any average person that wasn't taught this truth breaks that down, he's going to break it down incorrectly. He's going to tell people, see, God created the heaven and the earth, not knowing the scriptures. All right, not having the spirit to teach other men, leading people in the wrong direction. That's why when it says study to show thyself approved, it also says let me see, I don't want to chop it up. Right, so let's get that. 2 Timothy 2:15. Right, study to show thyself approved unto God. All right, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. I don't need to be ashamed when I know how to break down Genesis better than your pastor. I don't need to be ashamed when I know how to break down Genesis to another brother that doesn't know the breakdown of Genesis. I don't need to be ashamed when somebody comes to me telling me that the Israelite teachings, all right, that we teach are false when I study to show myself approved. I don't need to be ashamed against those people and be confounded, right? Why would I be ashamed when I'm studying? Why would I be ashamed when I know the meaning of words? So the meaning of the word God there is Elohim, right? The powers, the divine ones, the angels, the judges. So let's read it again. Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning, the powers, the angels, Elohim, all right, the divine ones, which is Yahweh Shai, and his elect, created the heaven and the earth. So now you know that it was Yahweh Shai and the others, the angels and the elect men that created the heaven and the earth. How do we prove that? Let's go to John. Is it John or is it? No, I believe it's Salakia. So we got John 1:1. So John 1:1 says, in the beginning was the word. Now we just went to Genesis 1:1 and it says in the beginning, right? The powers, the Elohim created the earth, the heaven and the earth. It says here, John 1:1, in the beginning, talking about in the beginning, literally, was the word. Now who's the word? Yahweh Shai. It's going to go on to say that. And the word was with Elohims, the powers. Now, and the word was with the powers. And the word was the powers. So the word was with Yahweh Shai and his elect. It says the same was in the beginning with the powers, Elohim. All things were made by him. The powers, all right? Him, Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai, who the word enemy calls Jesus Christ, is known as what? The word. Yeah, these people, you hear these Christians say, oh, Jesus is the word. That's the truth. He is the word. All right? All things were made by him. All right? He's the leader on the right-hand side of the Most High. And he and his fellow kinsmen, all right, the men that he rules over through his father, made all things. And it says, and without him was not anything made that was made. So Yahweh Shai made the earth, man, him and his powers. Because if you go back, it says Allahayim, which means all it means plural, right? Now here it's only saying him because the way it's translated, and because actually it's only talking about Yahweh Shai in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is talking about the powers in plural, in a plural sense, but under the leadership of Yahweh Shai. Right? And it says, without him was not anything made that was made. All right? And it says, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. All right? Now there was a man. Now that's it on that. So that's how you prove that it's talking about Yahweh Shai and his elect. Because remember, we're studying words. We're not just, kind of saying, oh, it says all things are made by him. See, it's just talking about him. No, because when it says God, it's talking about plural, man. Or else, I keep fucking that up. So let's go back to Genesis 1:1. So now that we know the powers, it was multiple beings, multiple powers, multiple gods that created heaven and earth. All right, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void. All right, so now the earth is already there, right? But it's without form, right? Meaning what? All right, meaning there's no there's elements there, but they're not. When you form something, you put it in the shape of, or you put it in the placement of something. You know what I'm saying? When it's not formed, you have something. Let's say you have a big ball of clay. It's without form because it's just a big ball of clay. It's useless. But now if you take that clay and you turn it into an object like a vase or something, then you have formed it into what you wanted to create it to be. Like for instance, if you form something, then there has to be something there. And when you form something, whatever it's become is something that you wanted it to become, because you have the power over that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau will say with his pseudoscience that it was a Big Bang theory that created the earth. Now how much sense does that make when the scriptures tell you that it was without form? You know what I'm saying? And in order to get what you have today, you have to have formed it. Something or someone has to have formed the earth the way it is today, because it's in a perfect natural order. All right, you got day and night, you got the sun and the moon, you got the stars. That, you know what I'm saying? You have these perfect elements. All right, you got the different parts of the sea. You got the creatures that live in there, like, you know what I'm saying. You got the birds and the fowls of the air. You got the creatures that walk upon land. You got different herbs, different trees and flowers and bees and insects, and there's different things, and it's an order to everything. You know for a fact that bees itself go and take they kind of take care of the flowers and help bloom and blossom the flowers and stuff like that, and create honey. We know these things. We know ants work together to make their colonies, and they work together and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, to do certain things. We know that a goddamn giraffe has a very long neck. You know what I'm saying? We know not to fuck with a shark in the water. You know what I'm saying? You know these things. These things are there for a reason. That was a creation. You know what I'm saying? Something created that. We know we have 4 seasons. and we know that certain areas only have goddamn 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you get you have a hot part of the world, and you have a cold part of the world, and you have a tropical part of the world. You know what I'm saying? You have these different systems, man. But at the end of the day, it's all one circle. You know what I'm saying? You got the sun rises and it sets. You know that. How does that happen systematically? Like as if like there's a time. Well, there is a time when the sun's supposed to set, when the sun's supposed to come up, when the moon comes up. You know what I'm saying? These different, like, you know what I'm saying? You see the moon during the daytime. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't shine the light of night until the sun goes down. Like that clock is ticking right? And we know at a certain time that sun goes down. Every time. It's not a time where the sun just sits there and was like, oh, I forgot to go down today. You know what I'm saying? The sun is just sitting there like, yo, damn, we done had goddamn 3 days of sun. What the fuck? It must be an error or something like, oh, there's an error that gotta get fixed. No, it's perfect, man, and it's creation. You know, the sun, the moon, stars, everything's perfect in its creation, as if it was supposed to be like that, as if somebody created it for that purpose on what? On purpose. you know. We know that the wind, comes from somewhere else and hit you with that nice, cool summer breeze. Let me get that in Ecclesiastes. If you get that in Ecclesiastes, is chapter 1, right? Let's see. And it says, yeah, look at this, beautiful, man. All right, the words of the preacher, Ecclesiastes 1:1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, the king of Jerusalem. Slachit. Vanity of vanities, said the preacher. Vanity, all vanity of vanities, all is vanity. Yeah, because this world is vain, man. All right, the leaders of this world is fucking up the world, and these people don't listen, man. All right, they goddamn defiled the world, defiled the earth. Verse 3: What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. All right, showing you that's a system, man. It says the sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. Dude, that's a systematic. That was meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? Someone studying the astrology would see like, yo, man, how could you not believe in God at that point? When you see how perfect everything has a purpose and whatnot, right? All the elements have their purposes. All right, they know exactly what to do and when to do it. They know exactly what to do inherently. Not by accident the sun goes down, not by accident that moon the moon rules the night sky. That's not an accident. That's not a damn explosion among elements to create that as beautiful as something called the sea world, the goddamn jungle with all the different creatures and different fucking plants that eat other creatures and fucking different berries and stuff like that, man. Come on, man. You a fool not to believe in the Most High. Something created this earth, man. Some form of power created this earth, man. I was watching a video from I believe it was the North Carolina camp, and one of the elders, he was like, yo, if you walk into a house and it was already furnished, would somebody have had to furnish that house? You didn't just walk in and was like, oh, there's a couch there, there's a TV there, there's all these things there, and then but it just happened by chance. Something just blew up and just completely put things in its place. That doesn't make any sense. That's the crazy thing about you so-called, you goddamn atheists, all right, and you non-believers, man. You have to be a fool to believe that an explosion could do all of this. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, man. All right, let me see. And it says the wind. This is the point here. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. So everything goes in a circuit, man. All right, everything goes in a circuit, like the moon, the sun, the stars. It's all a circuit. There's a circuit to these things, meaning there's a system to this stuff, man. Let me see what that word circuit means. Kabib.
Strong's H.
Substantive, places roundabout, circuit roundabout, and a circuit roundabout. Preposition. See, it was prepositioned. This word was prepositioned, man. And the circuit from every side. Right. Yeah, so it's prepositioned, man. The earth was prepositioned. Pre meaning before, position meaning placed. So this is not no damn accident, no goddamn Big Bang Theory, man. I keep doing that, Salaki. So let's get back to Genesis 1:1 so we can stay on point. right? And it says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Now, the face of the deep is what? Deep space, man. All right? And the spirit of the Alahayim, the powers, moved upon the face of the waters. All right? The face of the waters. So that's going to show you that because the scriptures are talking about the waters, plural. You know, it's not just talking about the ocean and seas. It's also talking about the heavens, man. Like what you call it, like when people say, oh, heaven, they always look up into the sky. Always. That's heaven. Shemayim. All right. The waters. That's the waters, man. So outer space is the waters, right? On Earth is on where where you have the waters is the waters, right? When you look up and you see all that blue, that's the waters, all right? Even outer, even beyond that is the waters, because you have these different elements that are out there, that are outer space. Those are the waters, man. It's ice up there. You know what I'm saying? All right. And what happens, like when that ice melts, man, it becomes water. You know. So it says the power is moved upon the face of the waters. So they literally going about, man, just kind of checking things out, man. Earth was without form. They see the different elements there and stuff like that, and they're given commandments from the Most High to go and build with those elements. Verse 3, and the power said, let there be light, and there was light. Now the sun isn't out yet, the moon isn't out yet, the stars, and so what's that talking about? What let there be light? It's talking about the different elements that create the lights, man. You know what I'm saying? You can you can see certain glows, right? Certain auras around objects. You know what I'm saying? Different organisms, they already have a light shining from it. Like you can see an aura around, like when scientists look at organisms, right? Elder Tazayawan broke this down beautiful for me. He's like, when you look under a microscope, those organisms have certain auras around them, which is light, man. When you look at certain you what they call phosphorus, rocks and stuff like that, they have this glow about them. All right, certain elements light up the skies without there being a big ball of light already in the sky, right? And look at the stars, man. That's a form of light. Those elements already have. When you look at, like, when they go out of space to a certain area out of space, because they can't reach that damn far, but they go to a certain area and they look around the Earth that has a big aura around it. Those are those elements. That's that light. And it says and there was light. And verse 4 says, one second.
Hi there.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Good.
How you doing? Oh, Kiana? Yeah, she I guess you were supposed to meet with her today. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
and then she kept telling me I don't check my phone, just
Yeah,
text me if I don't get the call, and then I texted her, then hear back.
Her phone's not even, like, it's kind of out of service, but she don't really, unless she's like here with the Wi-Fi. And she stepped out, so if you were here contact her, you weren't gonna get to her. She has no service.
Okay.
So and she stepped out for, I don't know how long she's gonna take to get back.
Alright, so we're skipping it for today, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Unless well, I'm already here, so we'll skip it for today.
Okay.
And then just tell her, I'll text her. She has to get back to me for next week.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
I'll probably come, I think I'm gonna see her Monday and Wednesday.
Okay.
So just tell her, I'll text her about Monday, but she's gotta,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she's here, does she get the message?
Yeah, she'll be able to. So,
Yeah. Alright, sounds good, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alright, Salakia. So, yeah, it says, in the power saw the light. What, man?
You're taking forever to do this.
I'm not doing that. You go and watch the Xbox. Don't worry about that for now. Go watch the Xbox. I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing something important, alright? Alright, thank you. And it says, and God said let there be light, and there was light. Now, those are the powers. They create all the elements that light up the skies, alright? That light up the waters. that light up the heavens. All right, the lights up the earth with those elements before the sun was even created. And the powers saw the light, that it was good, and the powers divided the light from the darkness. And the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night. You have different elements. You have certain elements that rule the day, and you have certain elements that rule the night, that light up both ends without there being big balls of light called the sun and the moon already in the sky. All right. And it says, and the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. All right. So the evening, and so that's how. So the evening is when you get your the beginning of the day. All right. The evening and the morning were the first day. All right. And the powers said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." So you got that's how you know that the heavens is the waters. So when you look up into the sky, it's divided from the waters that are on the ground, on earth. You see, verse 7. And the powers made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament. All right, now those are the waters under the firmament. That's the firmament is the heavens. All right, the sky, and the waters under the firmament are the seas, the oceans, and stuff like that, the different rivers. All right. Which were and the powers made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament. See, and it was so. Right, verse 8. And the powers called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. See, that's how you know it proves everything that was just spoken about the heavens being the firmament, the skies being the waters. You know. All those scriptures right there, it shows you when it says waters, it's not just talking about the waters on earth, you see? All right? Because those elements are waters. There's waters in the sky, you know? There are waters in the sky. When you go out, too far into the sky, you can't even survive up there when you hit a certain point. Just like when you go underneath water, it's like basically swimming in the sky. You know what I'm saying? You get too high, those are the waters. You can't breathe. When you go underneath water on earth, you can't breathe. It's the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Those waters, those are different types of elements, but they're still waters nonetheless. That's why when you get to a certain area, nothing survives up there, man. Just like when you go too deep into the ocean, nothing survives down there. It's the same thing. All right. All right, verse 9. And the power said, "Let the waters under heaven be gathered together unto one place." All right. So you got a big ball of water on earth. All right. And it says, "And let the dry land appear." And it was so. So you got a big clunk of dry land, and you got a big cluster of water. The earth is still not formed. It's being formed right now, right? And the power is called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he sees, and the power saw that it was good. And the power said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding fruit, seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. So when you ask the question, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken came first. He created all these things, man. The tree was already created, and it had seed in it. All right, and it produced more of what was in it. All right. Verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, and his kind. And the power saw that it was good. See, so all these things are created, and they already had seeds in them. All right, that's why that's an easy answer. That's an easy question to answer. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? It says it had the grass had seeds in itself, after its kind. The trees in itself after its kind. The fruit in itself after its kind. The seeds were in those things already. And then, you replant the seeds and you get those other things. Those same things. Right? And it says, and the evening and the morning were the third day. And the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament in the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. That's how you tell time. You don't tell time, the way Esau, brought it up. Created it, And it says, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And God made and the powers made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So now he's creating all the different But before it said it was light already. Remember, let there be light. So what light was it talking about? It was talking about those glows, man, those auras. All right, those different elements that already light up the days and the nights. But you have one group of light that rules each time of day. It rules, meaning it's greater. Kind of like let's say you got a night light in your room. Now, it's already kind of like you might already see like a glow. It's not too dark when you can't see anything, right? That's because those elements are still there. But that night light is gonna make it even a little more brighter. You know what I'm saying? But just enough so you can see kind of like perfectly. You know what I mean? And it says, and powers set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from darkness. And the powers saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Right? Now these days, by the way, they're not just a regular 24-hour day that you're thinking about. All right? There's a scripture, right? And it says, to the Most High, a day to us is like 1,000 years. Or no, 1,000 years to us is like a day to the Most High, man. So one day, when it speaks about one day, it's talking about 1,000 years. So right now, we're 4,000 years in right now. Because you can't think about like a regular day. The scriptures say 1,000 years to us is a day to the Most High. So when it's talking about the fourth day here, it's talking about the 4,000 year. We can get that. I forgot what actual scripture actual was. Let's see if I can get that. It's not gonna come in that way. I should be able to find it. I actually got my scriptures, my notes too, so I'm gonna have to go back and I should have probably got a little bit more prepared. It's not gonna be like that. Bear with me 1 second. See if I can get it like this. It's not an Exodus. Here it goes. This is 2 Peter 3:8. It says, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. So that's the proof right there. So when it's talking about one day here, so now we're on the fourth day, right? So that's 4,000 years. Because people, when you read this, man, you'll say, all right, it was the earth was created by God in 7 days. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the easy way out. No, but when you study, you actually see things are not what they appear to be, man. All right, they're not the way you were taught. The scriptures say that a day with the Most High is 1,000 years. So if we reading this and it says it's the fourth day, this is the 4,000 year. You see? And it says, and the power said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life and fowl and may fly above the earth and the open of heaven. And the Most High, no, Salaka, and the powers created great wells, and every living creature that moveth with the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And fowl saw that it was, and wow, and the powers saw that it was good. Now all those creatures have seeds, man. The sperm is the seed. So I'm showing you that the Most High is dealing with certain things like that. Like, the trees have seeds, the grass has seed, the um the fruits, they all have seeds. So does the man. The man has seeds. All right, we have seeds inside of us. It says, verse 22, and the powers blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. So this is the 5,000th year now. All right, that's how long it took to create these different things. All right. Verse 24, and the power said, Let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. Verse 25, and the powers made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good. Now, this is the part right here in verse 26 where it really proves that we're talking about multiple powers here. All right? Multiple powers, not the Most High himself. All right. This says Genesis 1:26, and the powers said, Let us make man in our image. So if it's talking about the Most High God, then why would he say let us? Who are he talking about? Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish in the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. All right, so that means we're to rule. All right, the minute is to rule. All right, 27. So the powers created man in his own image, in the image of the powers created he him, male and female created he them. And the powers blessed them, and the powers said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So we're going to read that over. It says, The powers blessed them, and the powers said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply. Not be goddamn stubborn and evil. It said be fruitful, to be happy, all right? To live in peace and harmony and joy, all right? And it says, and to multiply. Now, if I'm a man, I can multiply because I can put as many seeds as I want inside many women. But a woman can only get one seed put in her at a time, all right? And get pregnant only one at a time. You know what I'm saying? Not one baby at a time. She got twins, triplets. She have as many goddamn kids as she want. I mean, is the man puts inside of her if the Most High ordains it that way to be twins and triplets and stuff like that. But she can only get pregnant by one man at a time. She can't get pregnant by other men. So that proves to you that men are rulers and supreme being. We're the ones that go out there and conquer shit and multiply. That we're the one that multiply, not the woman. A man's supposed to have, he can have as many women as he wants because he multiplies the seed and creates nations out of himself. That's what the Most High told man. He said, I will make you many nations out of your seed. So stop asking us questions. Well, if y'all can have more women, how come we can't have more men? You damn sluts. You bitches are nasty, man. That is disgusting, man. It's not meant for you to do that. Once I get you pregnant, you walk around with a big ass goddamn belly. What are you gonna do with yourself? You all need all the help that you can get. But a man, I can pop you, get you pregnant, and go off and pop something else and get her pregnant, and still go fight a war. That's why we're the supreme being as far as genders. As far as the whole equality thing go, there's no equality, man. You have equality rights, equal rights nowadays because the so-called white man is in rulership, so he allows things like that to be. All right, he allows you to be above the man. You know, so these men don't really know how to rule a household. He's made it that way. He's taxed the hell out of us, so we can't save our money properly. He hasn't taught us the right what his school system is. He hasn't taught us how to handle our money properly. He hasn't taught us how to open businesses and stuff like that. All right, he makes you pay for all that information, and once you do that, there's no jobs or anything out there. You know, he puts you in a goddamn trap, man. The school system is the biggest goddamn trap in the world. That's why everybody's in goddamn debt and shit, you know, and can't pay off their student loans. That was it. That was done on purpose. Instead of him saying, "Yo, you know what? We need to build our country. You know, let's all become goddamn construction workers and truck drivers and work on these different machines that, you know, make our day to day." You know what I'm saying? Let's boost our economy with this way. Instead of, no, he's like, no, go to goddamn school, get your business degree, and in the subject of fuck off. You know what I'm saying? So you go there, become a goddamn philosopher, not making no goddamn money doing anything. You come, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't tell you which careers you should go to school for, and then the careers that you choose, and they don't teach you how to make money right away. They don't teach you how they like, yo, you gotta do another 12 years or another 8 years. It's like, yo, when do I start making my money, man? You know what I'm saying? You should be whatever. It should be like, you know, while you're in goddamn high school, you should be working on whatever career you're gonna be doing for the pretty much, not, you know, the rest of your life, but for a certain amount of time for you to make a good amount of money to start your own business at it, you know, and then you can move on to other subjects in life and learn more things. But no, a so-called white man wants you to go to school for goddamn, you know, all these goddamn years, not making no money, not being and not experiencing the trade you're supposed to be experiencing it, you know, unless you go to a trade school and that's it. But no, instead you go to college, become a goddamn professor at something. You're not making no money doing anything. They want you to goddamn internship for 2 years, and like it's just crazy, man. Their system is to make you be a slave, right? And how you deal with your slavery is, you know, you go out on the weekends, you have sex, you get drunk, and then you back to being a damn slave again. And then, you know, you retire. You retire and hey, man, this place is madness, man. This place is through, you know. But let's continue on to this. 'Cause I'm going way off topic here. Yeah, be fruitful and multiply, man. All right. So verse 29, and the power said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to do everything that creepeth into everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life. I have given every herb for meat," and it was so. And the powers saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the beginning in the morning was the 6th day. So Abaratazah, you know, I didn't ramble too long, but you got the points, and you understand how to break this chapter down better. All right. You know, hey man, all praise and glory honor to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Racham Kadash. Double honors to my apostles, the elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth, and that I rule well. Peace and salutations to the whole full, like out here pushing this truth and sincerity to all the food y'all do. We love you and we appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim, Shai, and Shalom.